you would just go ahead and attach your arms, but put your weight into the palm and the wrist with whatever you're filling, and then top it off with a filler all the way to the end here and cable it off. Snap off one of these all the way down here and leave enough to go up inside the head on that one, and go ahead and fill your body how you want to fill it. But if you want to follow along, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make it so that you don't feel all the plastic that's going on in here. I'm going to make a inner pocket body. So what I want this to do is I'm not going to stitch back and forth over this I'm going to overlap it just a tad like that. Some overlapping. It's about, I'd say, a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to start my first knot. Oops, I need one longer. I didn't need to double it up here. So I'm going to go on here. And I hope this camera is staying in focus for this. I know some of the other videos I made, it was focusing on the dolls in the background, and then when I wanted to show something up close, it was out of focus. So since I don't have a lot going on in the background, hopefully it's staying in focus here. So I'm just getting this started here, and I'm going to just do a little bit of a shoulder area, just coming in. Just pretend you're making, I guess, a top. A sleeveless, you're making just a little sleeveless top or shirt. This is the little shoulder. And I kind of double it up a little bit, pull it tight. I'm just hitting this corner so it's not as sharp, so you don't feel this little pokey. I want it kind of curved in, kind of rounded. You can kind of do that with your stitching. So kind of a little rounded shape here for the shoulder. And then just kind of knot it off, but you don't have to cut it. We're just going to knot it off. And then you're going to go in and out till you come down a little bit. Loop around like that. Okay, so that there gives me something for the arm armature to go through. So I still want to overlap it a little bit this direction. It doesn't matter which one is overlapping, but since I started that angle, I'm going to go in like that. I just kind of want an easier edge to stitch along and not have it the raw edges on each side. So one is overlapping just, I would say, 1/4 inch. This feels like the same thing, I guess, that's made out of polyfill, but somehow they press it into almost a spongy like fabric material for covering things or making quilts. Or so there you go. There's one side, and off camera I'm going to stitch this shoulder and do the same thing that I did on this side and come all the way down. So you can see I have, when that goes inside the body, it's going to go inside the body, and that's the armhole. And this is nice and soft and squishy. And who knows, this might be something that you might want to do for a regular baby that doesn't have an armature, to have a nice little pocket where you could fill it with the weight and everything, and seal it all off. And I don't know, you'd have to test it out to see if you like it. So when I get done here, I'm going to cut or just a slit. It doesn't need to be a hole, just a slit here. And then all this is going to go up inside it and come out the top. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. Finished little pocket we have. That's the neck area. This is the shoulders. These are the little armhole areas. And this is going to go down. There's going to be a lot of, when it goes down inside the body, it's not rounded off here, but it's not necessary because you're going to feel a lot of padding down here in the hips here. I'm going to, right here in the center, these are going to come, they're going to bend and come up through this middle section here. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of eyeball it. I have my sewing scissors somewhere here. It's almost through there. I've got one layer. I can kind of poke my finger through there so I can get the scissors in there. So now I got another hole. And I even have my little itty bitty baby's scissors. That might do the job too. If you need to make it bigger, you can just kind of stretch it when you're starting to put the stuff in there. It'll kind of grow bigger. You don't have to worry about cutting it exact, because it'll kind of, like, once you started that cut, it will kind of continue to open up bigger for you. So I'm not going to go too big, but it's not as big as the neck hole area, but it's big enough for the armature pieces to go through. This is kind of the crotch area. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half or roll it up. You want to be able to fit it inside the body. So this was the top. I really enjoy making these. You know, it slows me down as far as putting one together, but I really enjoy sharing how the inside is made, because you don't get to see that. All you do is you see the outside artwork. You never see the inside unless you make a video. So this will be just great in case I take another decade break, like I did, and then I come back to it and I'm like, how did I do that? So it's the right way. So we've got the shoulder armholes right here, and it's like a puppet. I'm putting my hand through here, and I'm going to guide the left in the hole all the way through. And then as I'm doing it, I'm going to pull out that armature. I'm going to pull it down. Pull the arm out. Got that in camera here. So we got the arm out, and we got the leg, one leg in. And then the top, that's the neck piece, but remember, we're going to take some of that off. One of them's going to be way shorter, and the other one's going to be taller going up into the head. I was saying left leg, but yeah, left in this position. Okay, that feels good. So now I'm going to take the other leg, if I can get this in camera. I'm going to just find the hole and guide it through this way. I'm going to reach my hand in there. through, or push it. Okay, now I'm just going to turn the camera up so you can see. I don't have, let's turn this up. Okay, so now you see the top part. Okay, so that's like a giraffe neck. We're going to take, I'm going to snap some of that off, but not yet. It's not important to do it right now. This makes a really nice thing to hold on to. And it's the last thing you're going to adjust. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put one leg, I'm going to attach one leg on here with one of the cable ties, and then with the other I'm going to be able to stick stuffing in there on that side before I close that side up. Okay, let's put the camera back down at this angle, table, so you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and look at that. Isn't that cool? I can bend that leg. It's flat here. I just want to show you, we don't even have it attached. Look at that. It feels really, it just feels like high quality armature, I'm telling you. Way better than the old Armature stuff. So, and the fact that they don't even know that they could list this as doll armature. Maybe they will after I share this. These cable ties you can get like at a hardware store or doll supply store. And I probably will tighten it up, but not right away, not till I get it's situated here. So there's one that's on there, but I could go a little bit tighter, but I'm kind of funny about making sure it's exactly how I want it before I tighten it up. So I can fill this area and then tighten it up. I'm going to get my polyfill.